CMSportsNet is made possible by Genova's To Go and by Carroll Links.
Welcome to Ruby Field at Westminster High School, where it is time for another CM Sportsnet Football Game of the Week broadcast. We've got Manchester Valley and Westminster about to kick off in Week 5. I'm Pat Stoetzer from the Community Media Center, and returning with me, former Liberty and Winters Mill High School football coach Ken Johnson. Speedy, appreciate you coming into the booth with us again. You had this game last year, Man Valley and Westminster.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to the most here tonight between the Owls and the Mavericks?
I think it's going to be a close game. I was walking across the parking lot just now, and I haven't been to a game on Westminster's field probably in 5 or 6 years.
Wow.
And it brought back a lot of memories, Really got the juices flowing. I mean, it's a Friday night, it's
crowds coming
small
in.
Town,
yeah.
A whole thing just is there, and it just really felt good.
It's Carroll County football at its finest.
Yes, sir.
We've got some more pregame content for you coming up here in a minute, but first, a word from our sponsors. Don't go anywhere. The CM Sportsnet Game of the Week will be right back.
Hungry? Genova's To Go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's To Go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's To Go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's To Go. Genova's To Go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg. For lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's To Go.
Welcome back. CM Sportsnet Game of the Week. Pat Stoetzer and Ken Johnson about to take in the Manchester Valley Westminster game here in Week 5 of the Carroll County Athletic League football schedule. Coach, we're going to get a little pregame keys of the game, that kind of thing. But first, we're going to hear from both coaches. And first up is Man Valley coach Bernie Koontz. You know him very well.
Yes, sir.
He's trying to get the Mavericks to victory against the Owls for the first time in 9 years. Let's hear from Coach Koontz as he got Man Valley ready for this game tonight. Coach, coming off a victory last week, bounced back after the 1 week before that. How are the guys feeling right now as you get ready for, maybe the biggest test to date? Perry Hall was first, but now Westminster being the next opponent. Feeling good about where you are right now physically and mentally?
Yeah, I mean, the South Carroll game was a good game. As far as being a win, it's always great to get a county win under your belt. Could have been a little bit cleaner, turned the ball over a few too many times, had a lot of good plays brought back because of penalties, so things we need to definitely clean up. But again, good to get a win. We're still a little banged up and trying to get healthy, getting a couple kids back, but things along that, because as we go along, hopefully we'll get them back a little bit more as we go through. But coming along, some younger kids and some other kids are stepping up, doing some good things. So, we're coming along, we're getting there, and hopefully we'll be able to have a good showing this week at Westminster.
What needs to go well for you guys to have that good showing, to compete and to, hopefully on your end come out with a victory?
We definitely need to be able to contain their run game and their pass game. Both. I mean, it's easier said than done. I mean, Kyrese is a good player, and he's a multifaceted player, being able to run and spread the ball out and throw it. And they've got some good receivers that have come along. So stopping their passing game is going to be key, but also contain him and keep him in the box. Offensively, sustaining drives, and hopefully that will help keep the ball out of their hands of the offense. So if we can get some good sustained drives, minimize their time on the field, that would go a long way to our success on Friday.
Thanks to Coach Bernie Koontz. Now let's head over to hear from Coach Chris Basler, his team trying to get a third straight win at the end of the month of September. Coach, I know you'd rather have your guys comfortably lead games from start to finish, but that's 2 now in terms of comeback wins. Take that aside, how pleased were you of your guys to go on the road against Walkersville and get a huge win?
Yeah, obviously we were happy. We knew they were going to be tough and physical and, talented and, especially playing at their place. We knew it was going to be a challenge. And they had a couple big plays on us earlier, and we were able to make some good adjustments and match their physicality, which is, I think, I was the most pleased about.
How much of that is the veterans you have on this team? I know you're young in some spots, and how much that is just the overall resilience of these guys? They know what's at stake. They know how to come back and answer the call.
I think we'll find that out this week. Is how far have we come? As a team, we do have a good mix of veterans and young guys, and we're in week 4, so we've been playing 4 weeks, and we've played 4 good football teams, and we got another one waiting for us this Friday.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about them. They're big. They got some talent as well. What needs to go well for you guys to get another victory against Manchester Valley?
I think we're going to have to play our game. We keep trying to focus on how we play, and we're going to have to be physical and match their size and their toughness. And it's a lot like last week. It's going to be if we can execute and limit the mistakes, and if we do, it'll go our way, and if we don't, it might not.
Thanks to Coach Bernie Kuntz and Coach Chris Basser. Speedy here, the team stats, and you got 2 teams looking for a victory last week, both wins. You see Westminster's offense really humming right now, 35.5 points a game. Man Valley's defense, though, is 9 takeaways through 4 weeks.
Right.
What are some of the keys to the game in your mind? You've seen both these teams on film and things like that so far this week?
Yes. I think one of the keys for Man Valley is Coach. The coach mentioned the turnovers.
Yes.
And that's one of the things. Play a clean game. That's probably the biggest thing for them, is to make the most of the field position. Westminster's going to move the ball. They're explosive. If I know Bernie at all, I'm pretty sure they're going to stay over top.
Yeah, and here's the players to watch for tonight's game, the 2 quarterbacks. We know about Kyrese Walker. We know what he's done. We know what he did last year and what he's done already this year, already 9 touchdown passes. Gene Magin taking over this year for Jake Boog, who graduated last year. 4 touchdown passes and a good completion percentage so far. He hasn't gotten the ground game going from his legs yet,
right.
but they do run the ball and run it effectively. We're going to see a lot of Kingston Canby and Isaiah Farabee tonight,
right.
Most likely for Man Valley. I would guess ball control, ball movement, and clock control will be a big thing for Man Valley.
Again, and I go back to that, take care of the football. And I think that's the biggest key tonight for Man Valley, to keep the game close and keep it into the 4th quarter close and see how the chips fall.
We had this game last year at Manchester. You came up to Manchester and watched a good one, and Westminster pulled away late. Mason Fisher, if you remember, on that jet sweep, had a long touchdown. Man Valley hung in the game.
Yes, they did.
Until the 4th quarter.
Yep.
I wouldn't be too shocked if we had a similar situation here.
I wouldn't either. I could see it be stay within a score or a score and a half. I like to say sometimes.
Sure, yeah.
And that just keeps you there.
What impresses you the most? You've seen Kyrese Walker now for a year and a half. You watched him go from receiver to quarterback and take this offense over. What impresses you the most about him? You've coached a lot of good quarterbacks in your time.
Yes. The biggest thing I've seen him do is grow up. And I don't mean that in a negative way at all.
Yeah, sure.
He's matured, and the key trait I see now is patience. He doesn't force things, and when he gets in the flow of a game, flow of the offense, and he's on his mark. They're very difficult to deal with.
They definitely are. We see the captains in midfield here for the coin toss. And after that, we'll have the national anthem. And soon after that, we will be underway from Ruby Field. A little mist coming down here this evening. It wasn't supposed to be any rain on the forecast, but of course, we got some mist in the air. But that doesn't stop the crowd. It's a pretty good crowd here on homecoming night at Westminster High School.
Well, it could be worse. This could be New York. And I don't think we want to be there right now.
We don't want to be there. I saw that footage. That's
I couldn't believe that.
It's
for the hurricane.
Not good. Man Valley won the toss. They deferred. They're going to kick toward the scoreboard side, or the concession side of Ruby Field, concession stand side.
Well, there's no wind.
There is no wind to
and
speak
it's
of
really
right
not
now.
A wet field, like you said.
Not.
It's just a little drizzle.
Correct. Captain shake hands in midfield. The clock has hit 0. The Owls will begin their pregame huddle here and get themselves fired up for this game. Man Valley will do the same. You see Man Valley in the white with the blue numbers, and Westminster wearing their blue jerseys, blue pants, and white numbers. Here they go out there to midfield trying to fire them up. A win against Man Valley, and Westminster moves to 4-1, 2-0 in the Carroll County Athletic League. And Man Valley with a victory, they've only beaten Westminster 2 times, 1 time on the field, 2 times overall in their series, 2-9 all time against Westminster. But a win here would be a big one for the Mavericks. They would go to 3-2, 2-1 in the county. They've been win-loss through 4 weeks, and the Owls, after going 1-1, have rolled off 2 in a row.
And look good doing it.
They did.
And you really can't say that they've tried to duck anybody at their opening games.
Frederick, Franklin, Walkersville went on the road and beat Walkersville.
Yes, yep.
So as the fans come to their feet here, we're going to pause and listen to the Westminster Marching Band's rendition of the national anthem. Stands here at Ruby Field, getting ready for this homecoming game. Ken Johnson and Pat Stoetzer with you for the game of the week. You know, I mentioned that game last year was at Manchester. The final score was 21-7, but it really was a game. I believe Man Valley scored first on a long pass.
Yeah.
Then we settled in and had 2 good teams go at it.
Yeah.
Man Valley does have size back this year.
Yep.
They've got some athletes on this team. It's not the biggest mismatch on the field.
No,
It may seem like it's some people, but I think this is a competitive game here.
I do
in week
too.
Number 5.
I would be surprised if it's not. And it's one of the things is just it's really containing the big play and take care of the football for Man Valley to stay with them.
Man Valley going to kick left to right from the home field side of things. Should be Braden Fritz, their kicker. And we are underway.
All right.
Coming this side.
Nice block.
And all the way out past midfield.
All right. Well, Westminster's got a short field.
Let's take a look at Westminster's starting lineup. And they're big up front, too, their offensive line.
Yes.
Anchored by Ryan Dunn and Jackson Clark. So 1st and 10 Owls from the 44-yard line of Man Valley. And there's a handoff to Segre. A couple yards on 1st down.
Looks like 2 big heavyweights just sort of feeling each other out right now.
There's Man Valley starting defense. Crew Boogs, the big guy up front. They got a lot of size up front and some speedy linebackers and defensive backs. Cameron Reed, we mentioned him back earlier in the season, had a pick 6 for Man Valley. And that pass is complete. Isaiah Sprinkle.
Yep. It's a dead spot in the zone there. Nice job. It's really a classic example of taking what they give you.
He found that soft spot.
Yep. And it's easier said than done. It's easy to find it, but to do everything else you have to do to complete the pass, not all that easy.
1st and 10. Down to the 26-yard line. Walker pass, sprinkle again on a little bubble screen. He gets out past the 15. That should be enough for a first down. So Westminster offense on the move already.
Yes, they are. It was very well blocked by Westminster.
Pushed out of bounds by number 1, Jordan Hughes, but not before a first down. Walker handoff.
Another good pickup.
They are picking up some chunks here. That was number 1, Jadon Segree. Down inside the 10, I believe, so already a 2nd and 5, we'll call it.
2nd and 4 for the Owls.
All right.
So Westminster already taking advantage of that opening kickoff. Just a couple minutes into the first quarter here. Back to Segree. He cuts it off on the right side, still going. Didn't get a first down, I don't believe, but got close to first down yardage. Well, let's see. They're walking about the 5-yard line.
Fish on the far side.
Third and short.
Yep.
Going to be 3rd down and short.
This is a tester here.
The first big test for Man Valley.
Yep. Okay, here we go.
Walker in the shotgun. He's going to keep it himself. Man Valley defense. He slips through, and that's a touchdown for Westminster. Tyrese Walker. Owls made that one look easy.
That was a very efficient drive.
Tyrese Walker with a 5-yard touchdown run. And like I said, after the big kickoff, the Owls had it on Man Valley's side of the field. Joshua Wagner's extra point is good. And with 9:05 left in the first quarter, there's your run from short yardage, and it's just another weapon that the Owls have to use is the quarterback's legs.
For sure.
They're good from Tyrese Walker.
I think he's an outstanding ball carrier. And again, it's the patience part of it. You know, he doesn't just rely on the athletic ability now. You can see his football IQ has really risen. He looks very good.
Yeah, you mentioned the IQ. I mean, he always had the ability to throw it, but they used him as a receiver for the first year or two, and then they switched him over to quarterback, and he took off with it. And
you know what? You can tell he has fun. He likes it.
Absolutely likes it.
And his team, it rubs off on the teammates.
Absolutely. So now let's see if Manchester Valley can answer early in the first quarter. Down 7-0. I think the Mavs and Coach Bernie Cooch knew this kind of situation could possibly happen, so they have to be prepared for it. Wagner will kick off from the 40-yard line.
Okay.
Low liner. Picked up by number 3, James Herndon. He goes toward his sideline. Cuts it back to the middle of the field. Not a bad return for.
Not at all.
James
Just shy of the 40.
So Man Valley takes over now. Their first possession of the game. On offense, that is. And we mentioned, led by number 8, senior quarterback Gene Magan. You got Canby and Foreman as your running backs, your receivers, and then their big boys up front. Boog, Eberts, Nunn, and Cole Stiro. I went there for the first during training camp. I was really taken aback by how big they were out front, and that goes a long way toward winning that game in the trenches. Here's a handoff on 1st and 10, but Westminster's defense. That's number 34, Casey Heisig, their standout linebacker, coming up to make a stop. Short yard gain there, 2nd, and we'll call it 8. we'll see Westminster starting lineup, Speedy. Again, led by 34, Casey Heisig. In the middle.
Yep.
Josh Donald really come on this year, number 5 for them on the end with Jalen Jones. Some of the offensive linemen up front, and then some talent on defensive back as well. There's a handoff to Farabee, 14. He's going to cut around the other side toward Man Valley side and pick up close to first down yards. So good job there, going away from Westminster's middle. And it'll be 3rd and short. Be good here for Man Valley to pick up a first down, right?
Yes,
Just
it
get
would.
the chains moving.
Yes, it would.
Third and short. 47-yard line.
All right.
Farabee. Ooh, it's going to be close. I think he got it. And they're going to give it to him.
Yeah.
It's a big first down.
Yeah, it is. It's huge. Now that's everybody settled in.
Yeah.
All the butterflies are gone now for the players that weren't on the field for the first series.
That's true. So they can settle in now and try to
Yes.
work some offense here.
Yeah,
First
yeah.
and 10. Near
Take a deep
midfield.
breath and go with it.
Another run
A little push,
on the
couple
left
yards.
side there. Yep. So I think we've seen, at least so far, both teams' objective here
Yeah.
is to establish
Yes.
a ground game.
Yes. And I think Westminster also really hit the nail on the head with their game plan, at least so far, is they're taking what Man Valley is giving them. You know, they're not trying to force anything or go over top or anything like that.
Right.
Against that zone, they're going to keep throwing the ball probably underneath.
Yep.
Another good
run. This
run.
time it's Canby, and he's got a first down.
Yes, he does.
So right away we've got Isaiah Farabee and Kingston Canby doing a good job on the ground for the Mavericks. First and 10.
Okay.
That's nagging on the keeper. Doesn't do it too often, but he picks up good yards there on first down. Second and we'll call it 5 for the Mavs. So good opening drive here for Man Valley.
Yeah, I can see that. Man Valley's taking their good old time. They're taking the full time allotment with each play. And
how smart is that for them, just to kind of keep Westminster's offense off the
as
field?
As long as
Yeah.
you get first down,
Right, of course.
If you don't, it's demoralizing
Yeah, good
for
point.
you.
Good
you know,
point,
but
good point.
As
Yep.
long as you eke out some first downs, but eventually you got to score.
Second 5, short pass out to the
Well
side
done.
is number 18. That's Braden Fritz.
I think that's another one.
If not, it's pretty close. I think we're going to give him a first down.
Yeah, it looks like it. They're pretty close to the 30.
That's already a handful of first downs.
Well, they started on the 40, so 39 actually.
Right. After that,
Three, four, yeah, it's 3 first downs.
After that nice job by Herndon to cut that back and get more yards on that kickoff. Run into the middle. Another good run by Man Valley. They're doing a good job establishing the run game. That was number 10, Kingston Canby.
Mm-hmm. Watch what's happening in the middle. Right now they're getting a good push. And Westminster just brought in some
I saw that.
Some new two new fresh D tackles. Smart.
Going to try to do.
Yep.
I saw some size up front there.
Yep.
They're going to have to counter that.
Yep. Get some guys. You know, there's nothing like being an offensive lineman and having to play against 2 or 3 different guys.
Different running backs.
Or defensive tackles.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Canby again. That time he's met. After a couple yards, there's the push. And they push him forward for a yard or two. And they stop the clock. That's enough for a first down.
Yeah,
again.
another one. Yep.
So nice opening drive here by the Mavericks.
So far, the game has been mistake-free. I might have to bite my tongue after that.
Don't jinx them.
Yeah.
1st and 10. Magan handoff. Farabee up the middle. Got some penetration. Got a couple yards. Again, that's.
Yep.
I think Bernie Kuntz and the Mavericks are happy with the way this first drive is going.
Yes, they are.
We'll call that a short gain, but it'll be 2nd down and about 7. 3:50 to go. First quarter. CMSportsNet game of the week. A little more mist coming down now, I noticed, too. Still don't think it'll affect the field conditions right now, but
No.
field's in good shape. And Man Valley is in the red zone, looking to try to tie the score.
It's a key play right here. They need to stay on time. They need to pick up a couple yards. Not necessarily a first down, but a couple.
They might get more than a couple. Ooh, nice tackle there.
Let's
Otherwise,
see.
Farabee was going to turn the corner. That was
But
Clayton Dorsey,
that's-
number 9, but that was a good play by Man Valley.
That's a key play there. 3rd and 7 is a heck of a lot different than 3rd and short,
Absolutely.
especially that short. So
Absolutely. It'll be 3rd and short. And again, that just opens up your playbook, right, Speedy? You have a lot more opportunities on 3rd and 1 than you do 3rd and 7, especially at the high school level.
Sure. Oh my gosh, yeah. It's just night and day. And plus, a lot of times you're still not even thinking of possibly kicking. You're still thinking in terms of trying to score a touchdown. So
Absolutely.
it's almost 4-down territory.
Yep.
There you go.
Farabee up the middle and near the goal line. He is a little short.
Wow.
But that was almost a touchdown on
Yes,
3rd
it
and
was.
1. It's going to be 1st and 1.
They are doing a fine job up front right now.
They are. It's going to be 1st and 1 from the 1.
Okay. Let's see what they got. Oh, timeout.
We got a timeout.
Westminster, I think, is
the
calling
Owls
timeout.
call a timeout, and
Yes.
Coach Chris Basler already taking the hat off.
Yep.
Not pleased with the lack of a push maybe up front here
Yeah,
with the
yeah,
Owls, but
yeah.
this is what you're going to face when you face Manchester Valley, a run-first team. Speedy, you mentioned the mistakes. It's going to, obviously, whoever makes the least is going to have a really good chance to win, but especially with these two teams, Westminster's one loss was a 5-turnover game, and they still were in the game against Frederick.
Right.
And Man Valley has taken the ball away 9 times through 4 games, so it's a game where a mistake could really be huge, sway one way or the other.
Oh, yeah. High school football, it's still, kick back to if you could play the field position game and your defense can kind of that philosophy of bend but don't break, make the offense try to run a lot of plays, odds are in your favor that a mistake's going to come up.
Right.
Fumble, mishandled snap, a penalty,
Sure.
A hold.
Any of the
and
above.
And then that changes the dynamics
That changed the whole
completely.
thing. Absolutely.
I've been on both sides of that.
Right.
It's not fun when you're on the short side of it.
No, it is not. Well, you were talking about 4-down territory, and you're inside the 1 here. You got to imagine.
Yeah.
If nothing else, the Mavs are going to
I'm
go
sure
for
this is going to be. Oh, I'm surprised he handed it off.
And they did not hand it off, and
What?
Westminster was there for the fake.
Yeah.
Thrown down as Gene Magan all the way back to the 5-yard line. Nice job by Westminster
was
defense.
unusual.
We're not fooled.
That was unusual.
It was a
to
little
say the
unusual.
least. Well, now you got your hands full.
Now you're backed up a bit.
Yep, 2nd and 5. This is a
Good job
interesting
here by
point.
the Westminster's defense
Yep.
just to shoot that gap. Mm-hmm. And that's Josir Donald, number 5.
Yep.
We mentioned his name in the pregame. One of their top defenders so far.
I wonder if that was supposed to be handed off.
42, Braden Foreman was the running back in the backfield.
Yeah.
Now it's Isaiah Farabee again, 14. Magan going to pass, going to roll to his right. He's got a man in the corner of the end zone. He overthrows him. Number 9, Hayden Askew, was free in the corner, and Magan tossed it a little far. It'll be 3rd down. How big is that play on 1st and 1 to push them back to the 5? Still only the 5-yard line, but again, a little different than at the 1-yard line.
Yes, it is, and it's 3rd down. Okay, here we go.
1:46 to go, first quarter. 3rd and 5 from the 5. Owls fans making some noise. And it's a handoff, and it didn't even matter.
Yep, he got in.
5 yards out, it's Isaiah Farabee, number 14.
Well done. Well, they got back to what they were doing, and it worked.
They did.
Yep.
Isaiah Farabee, and you see the Mavs fans, they like it. So a pair of 5-yard runs in this first quarter. And we're an extra point away from a tie score.
Let's see what we get here.
Fritz puts his right foot into it. The kick is good.
All right, so 7-7. We got a game.
7. We got a game, and we had 2 pretty efficient drives
Yep.
to start this game off.
Let's see, it was a 60-yarder and a 45-yard drive, and the quarter's almost over.
High snap, and Farabee got in there for 5 yards out.
Right.
That's a huge play there just because Man Valley had been pushed back on that first down. You can see him celebrating there. How big is that for momentum and also just for confidence if you're Manchester Valley?
It's everything. I mean, they're here on Westminster's field. They're the visiting team. To be able to answer that first drive that Westminster had with that kind of a drive on their part, Westminster knows now they got their hands full. They've got to play some good football. So that's good for all the people that are here to get entertained.
It's good for us,
right? But the coaches, now they got to
No,
work.
That's right. Well, if you're Chris Basler, you didn't like some of the defensive assignments.
Sure,
if you're Bernie Kuntz,
you
have to love the way that you ran the ball.
Yep.
So, a couple of early salvos here in the first quarter. And we are tied. Ruby Field, Westminster 7, Manchester Valley 7. CMSportsNet game of the week. So kicking off is Luca Brown, number 80. I had mentioned it was Braden Fritz. I believe Fritz does the extra points and the field goals, and Brown kicks off. And we had this earlier. Let's see if Isaiah Sprinkle gets his hands on the ball again. This time it's going to come to the near side. A little bit of a fumble. That is picked up by Westminster. That's number 10, Raekwon Warfield. This time made something out of it after a little bit of a
yes,
fumble.
Yes, he did.
Fumble
I mean,
ball.
that's they're decent field position. Now, see what we get here.
The Owls will take over.
This is a slightly different now mental mindset right now than that first drive. It's not a short field.
Right.
And now they know that they got to answer. So let's see what happens.
And 1st and 10. Westminster back on offense. Walker hands off Segree. Finds a little bit of room. And Man Valley's defense does push him back, but forward progress is going to have him up past the...
Yeah, I think you've got maybe 3 or 4.
Yep, up past the 30-yard line, up to maybe call it the 32-yard line, so 2nd and manageable.
Yes.
For Westminster.
We're here in almost the end of the first quarter, and there's still cars coming in.
Oh, yeah. Homecoming and a good football team. Two good football teams will bring out the best in the crowd. Under 1 minute to go here. On homecoming night, they're parking the cars all the way up by the school. You can't see the dark in the dark.
Yeah, it's too much mist.
It's too much mist. Man in motion. Tough play there, and a good job by Man Valley's defense to flush Kyrie's Walker out. That's 42, Braden Foreman.
Yeah, he played that extremely well. The key there is the angle that you take, and he took an angle that was perfect.
That was Canton Rudders, I believe, 18, who was the intended receiver, but he was already out of bounds. Yep, Canton Rudders, a junior receiver, and now we got a 3rd and 7 with the clock stopped, 36 seconds left in the opening quarter.
All right.
And we got a penalty. Delay game?
Yeah.
Game, so 3rd and 7 becomes a 3rd and 12.
I remember way back when we used to play whenever we play at Washington County, that 25-second clock, boy, that thing would sneak up on you every time they needed it.
It was a 22-second clock, is that what you're trying to say?
Well, it wasn't visible.
No, I know.
It's
not visible here either.
Right, the officials got
have to count it down.
Boy, they would.
All of a sudden, 25 felt like 20.
Yeah, right. And it probably was. Might have been 18.
Up the middle, pressure, and taken down in
Number
the backfield.
33.
33 is Nick Loprito, one of their big linebackers. That's a big loss for Westminster. All the way back to the 15-yard line. 15-yard line. So huge loss.
Big play, very big play.
And that probably will end the quarter here. The Owls will wait for this to end and change sides. And a competitive quarter.
Yes,
Again,
it was.
A fun
Very
quarter
much
of football.
so.
Quick moving, but both teams established themselves on offense. We played
they
one
did.
quarter.
Interesting game. Very interesting game.
7-7 is your score into the first quarter. CMSportsNet game of the week. And from Ruby Field, and Coach Johnson just said it, he's right. Interesting to say the least. Westminster takes advantage of their short field and scores quickly. 4 or 5 plays are already in the red zone. They score. Man Valley gets the next kickoff, gets it into good territory, and just methodically puts together a long drive, picks up first downs. It looked like Westminster had a little momentum when they tackled Maggin in the end zone, or not in the end zone, it should be back to the 5-yard line.
Right.
And 2 plays later, Isaiah Farabee is in the end zone with a 5-yard touchdown. So a pair of 5-yard touchdown runs. And now if you're a Mavericks fan, you're looking to get this ball in Westminster territory to start the second quarter.
Yep, this could be a very interesting second quarter.
Some momentum here for Manchester Valley early on. Back deep is James Herndon, number 3 on the far side, and number 9 is Hayden Askew. So some talented return men here. I think we're waiting for the chains to come all the way this way.
Yeah.
Maybe they had to fix the chains. That might have been
Who
something. The
knows?
officials coming by too, so. Man Valley defeated Westminster one time on the field. That was 2014. There was a game years before that was a lopsided Westminster win that ended in a forfeit victory for Man Valley. Other than that, it's been all Westminster, 9 wins in the all-time series. Bernie Kuntz, we were out there talking to him earlier this week, and he had his guys off to the side after practice and really told his guys, there's an opportunity here this week, guys. You just got to be ready. And
Yep.
looks like so far they've answered the call. It's a strong punt. Fielded
well. Good
fielded
job.
well and out of bounds.
Good job.
Stop the clock. That's Hayden Askew, number 9. That's going to give Man Valley
Excellent field position.
excellent field position. Is great.
All right, Westminster's defense. Let's see if they can
It's going to be
rise
answer
to
the
the
call.
occasion here. Yep.
Answer the call.
Yep.
It's going to be at the 45-yard line of Westminster. So there you see Coach Chris Bassler on the sideline.
No, they're still trying to get the chain squared away.
I think it's early. It's still early season for some of these guys on the chain.
Oh, yeah. Hey, they're volunteers.
That's right. That is correct.
That is
It's not an easy job.
No, that goes back to years as an athletic director. One of those things that,
Yep. Can anybody out
Yeah.
here run the chains for me?
Spend time looking for volunteers.
Yes, sir. And there's Farabee again. Nice cut back up the middle.
Yeah,
So Isaiah Farabee, number 14.
he's feeling it, isn't he?
He is.
He is feeling
He's a
it.
senior. And that's a pickup of about 6.
Yeah, 7, yeah.
So second end, we'll call it 4. Inside the 30-yard line already. This is Man Valley's strength, Speedy. Just get in front of those big guys and try to turn out some yards. Farabee again.
That little trap. It's
found
just
a spot, right?
It's just a little guard trap. They're doubling down inside and pulling the backside guard, and that back just running right up behind them.
It's a 1st and 10.
First down for Man Valley after the carry by Isaiah Farabee.
First and 10. And there's a Maggin run instead. Yeah, picked up good yardage there. I'm impressed so far with their run game, Coach.
Their line looks very good. There's a great pick.
Yeah, just a nice
There's a
job of
great
bagging.
picture.
Just get behind the big guys, and they're finding some gaps in Westminster's defense for sure. Second and we'll call it 5.
Second and 4 for Man Valley after the
Give
carry.
it 4 actually. It's a pickup of 6. Second and 4 from the 18-yard line. Oh, almost a fumble, and that's going to be another tackle for loss. Bobbled the exchange, and that's Jesse O'Donnell putting a stop to that. That's twice now for Donald, number 5. He's big and tall and got long arms, and he's definitely been disrupting some defense or some offensive lines for sure. All the way back to the original line of scrimmage. That's going to be a 3rd and 10. Big play by Donald.
Yeah, super big play.
He's been really good so far for the Owls, and this is another big situation here for Westminster. Their defense. Magan has Isaiah Farabee. Oh, the snap goes over his head, and he's going to just fall on it all the way back to the 45-yard line. So the first mistake.
Yep.
Probably wise of Magan not to try to pick it up and run with it. Any more damage, but that's going to be a 4th down and forever.
Yep, that's a back-to-back mistakes there.
Yep. Just a little high over Magan's head, and just wisely he slid in and fell on the ball. Otherwise, that could have been disaster. And that's all the way back to the 45-yard line. So huge loss, and that'll be a punt. And let's see, the Westminster might have had too many guys on the field. Didn't get called.
Nice kick.
That's going to be, just into the end zone.
Kick.
Nice kick by
I don't see any flags.
That was Magan on the punt, so good job by Magan on the punt. Looked like Westminster was confused. Maybe they didn't have enough guys. I did see a 3rd guy running off the field. So it'll be 1st and 10. Westminster, they dodge a bullet and take advantage of
something there.
Take advantage of the botched snap. 2 botched snaps, really.
Yeah, actually, there's been a couple that his Magan is handled. Yeah, and they wound up getting the play off.
Yeah. Well, he couldn't handle that last one. It was 4 or 5 feet over his head. So 1st and 10.
Got to take care of that.
Yes, you do. 1st and 10 from the 20. We'll see if Kyrese Walker can have an answer here. Sets a man in motion, and it's going to give it to the man in motion, and it's
42 again.
Nice job by Foreman to corral number 10. That's Raekwon Warfield.
That's Braden
Foreman.
Braden Foreman. Yeah, he's had 2 big plays on the edge.
Yeah, that was Warfield on the jet sweep. And nothing doing thanks to Braden Foreman, a junior linebacker for Manchester Valley. We've called his name a couple times. And it'll be 2nd and 12. This time Warfield's in motion. They give us to the inside. Segre breaks 1 tackle. He made a good deal out of that run.
Yes, he did. That was all second effort there.
They fake the jet sweep, and the inside handoff goes to Segre. Nice job by Segre right there. Else he tackled for about a 4-yard gain. Instead it becomes 3rd and 6.
Okay.
Pick up a 6 yards on 2nd and long. Makes it more manageable for the Owls offense.
It's a big one here.
It is. Third and 6. That time it's Segre close to a 1st down.
He's very close.
Did a good job by running by him tonight. So
they got him
almost
give
the 1st down.
Yeah, he's on the line. If he's on the line, it's 1st down. Well done, Westminster. Well done. Especially after that 1st down play. Yeah, lost 2 yards.
Indeed. First and 10, a big 1st and 10 too, like you said, Coach. They did not want to have to go off the field again there as we get closer to the midway point of the 2nd quarter. Kyrese Walker keeps the ball, has some receivers open, but the pocket collapsed and he's taken down behind the line of scrimmage. So nice play there. You see 52 in on that's Crew Boog.
Yeah, he got in there quick.
Brother of Jake Boog, good wrestler for Man Valley, and a big lineman, big force on that line. That's going to be a loss of about 5, so 2nd and 15 now, thanks to Crew Boog on that play. Man Valley's done a good job of defensively penetrating Westminster's backfield.
Yes, they have.
on many big plays so
and,
far.
That Braden, what's his last name?
Foreman.
He is really
He's commanding.
shined at linebacker.
He
Yep.
has, commanding that linebacker position. Second and long, Kyrese Walker keeps it. Tries to get around the left side, nothing doing. Man Valley's defense is rising up right now. And you got some size and some skill.
Yes, you do, and they're getting off the ball. I mean, they're getting off.
They are. I'm just going to stop the clock here. Looks like somebody has to come off the field. That's Jadon Segree. Gets replaced by Raekwon Warfield. Warfield can't come on. You're going to bring us somebody else on. All right, that's number 6. Jack Hitchcock coming in for the Owls. So third and long now, third and 15.
And we got trips on this side coming to us, our side. Let's see what they do.
Trips to the right. Walker in the shotgun. He rolls to the right. He throws back over top. Dangerous pass. Incomplete. Trying to get the sprinkle on a screen.
Yeah, it was like a throwback screen. The design was good, but that linebacker read it. Actually, it was the defensive end or the defensive lineman over there was Boog again, I believe. 52.
Yeah, Drew Boog.
Yep.
So, but Man Valley's defense making things a little tricky here after that first drive where Westminster had their way with Man Valley on defense. Not the case these last couple drives, and it's a fourth down.
I tell you a little thing right that just happened there. That was a good play on Walker's part that he threw it away.
Yes.
I mean, because if you would have forced that could have been a disaster.
Out of bounds, ball bouncing around, might have hit off a guy.
All right, so we got
and what do we got here?
No.
We got a flag back behind the line of scrimmage. So hang on for a second. It's Cooper Whitcomb, number 7, doing the punting for Westminster. What are we doing here?
Well, they moved the chains already.
Well, they can get that back, and they have the fourth down marker back there. Let's see. Flag all the way back at about the 11-yard line. Unsportsmanlike on Westminster. So that. Okay, both sides. So that might might redo the.
Gotcha.
Are we going to redo the punt, or are we going to just play it from here?
They just say, "Peace out."
Do they say that?
Yeah. Yep. That's in page 7 of the rule book.
All right.
Yep.
So it's a long trot for the white-hatted official here.
Just move on.
That's right.
Oh, nope. Take it back. Now we're going 15 yards.
So we're at the 30-yard line. We're going to move the chains back up. Let's get the chains in the right spot. All right, chains are in the right spot. 5:11 to go. First,
here we go. Ready to go.
10 Manchester Valley. Officials are now going to mark it off. Now they're going to mark off the personal foul, I believe. So now we're going to start at the 45.
This is interesting.
Yeah, well, hey, that's one word for it. 5:11 to go, second quarter, 1st and 10, Manchester Valley. After some nice defensive plays by Man Valley, giving the ball back to their offense, and now their offense has good field position.
Yes, they do.
We'll see what they can do with it. There's a handoff up the middle. Nice penetration. Kingston Canby. That's 5 or 6 yards a clip. They are doing a good job going through the middle, as you heard the fan.
Yes, they are.
On the Westminster side, imploring Westminster's defense to make some changes.
Very succinct and to the point.
He's right. He's not wrong. Man Valley's defense is, Man Valley's offensive line is definitely creating separation. And we'll call it 2nd and 4. And that time they stuffed them up pretty good. It'll be 3rd and 4. Third and 4. Just over the midfield line. And we got a timeout. Timeout 4:23, 4:24.
Man Valley called that one.
They did. That's all Bernie coming up to talk to the official. Just a reminder that every Wednesday, CMSportsNet gives you our weekly show Game On, and we'll have another one for you this coming Wednesday. We're up to 5 now in the books, and every Wednesday we kind of catch you up with everything that goes on in Carroll County High School sports. We talk to the football coaches ahead of the game of the week. We talk about boys and girls soccer. We show you all the preview for our football game of the week. We give you a CMSportsNet spotlight now and then on everything going on. Carroll Links, McDaniel College, Carroll County. We'll have some plays of the month coming up for you. In football, it's been hard to believe that this weekend is already October.
Yeah.
And we're into the nitty-gritty of the regular season. We're halfway home already in the regular season.
Hard to believe, isn't
Third
it?
and, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Third
Hard
and
to believe.
4. Play clock is back. Bagging in the shotgun. Fakes the handoff. He's got Askew over the middle. Incomplete. Had a receiver. Threw it a little low.
Yeah, he had to step on the coverage, but it was good coverage though. Had to throw a perfect pass just about.
Maybe let him a little bit.
Yep.
And it looks like they're going to punt. So good job by Westminster's defense to stand tall.
So far this quarter's been played in the same part of the field.
Yes, it has.
Scoreboard side of the 50.
Magan stays on to punt. And we got to stop the clock. Is there another timeout called? Man Valley's pointing to.
Offsides.
And that's going to give Westminster
goodness.
a first down, or Man Valley a first down.
Oh my goodness.
Well, hold on then.
Now, I didn't see that see that at all, did you? I didn't see the jump.
I didn't see it, but the flag came out. And that's a huge mistake
gigantic
by Westminster. And that's going to give Man Valley's offense another crack. 1st and 10. 4:17 to go. Their offense comes back onto the field, and we'll see if that's a big move.
Yeah.
We talked about mistakes.
Yeah.
We talked about him in the first quarter. Magan fakes the handoff and completes a pass. That's James Herndon, number 3.
You know, it's funny, but after a game's over, you look back, and there's usually just a handful of plays. And they might be a positive play, or it might be a negative play. Could be a mistake, could be a fumble, whatever, that maybe you got, or it was beneficial for you. But there's a handful of plays that a lot of times determine the outcome, especially when you get two teams that are playing pretty equal.
Second and 6. There's a handoff again. This time stood up near the line of scrimmage. Nice job by Westminster. That handoff. Went to number 10, Kingston
That was a nice play.
Canby. It was a nice play.
Very nice play.
We'll call it a gain of 1, but that was a good job by Westminster to stand them up.
Yes, that was.
Because Canby and Farabee have been taking advantage of some of those holes on defense.
Yes, they have. And that was filled very quickly, and it was an outstanding, technically, an outstanding tackle. Okay, 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. Magan, handoff. Farabee, nothing doing.
Nope.
Thanks in part to Big 74, Ryan Dunn. Sophomore lineman making his name. Nice job by Dunn to fill the hole. That's a good job.
That's it.
Speedy.
Outstanding.
From a 10th grader.
Yeah.
Little pancake there at the end to boot. Two-way lineman for Man Valley and Westminster. Man Valley's offense still on the field here. You're in that spot late in the second quarter.
Well, they could be.
Could be trying to draw them off sides.
Just trying to draw them under center.
Yep.
Yeah, there's
Dragon tried the hard count, and the clock stopped. Was it a delay? Let's see what they call it here. Yep, delay. So you were right.
Yeah.
Tried to hard count him.
Interesting.
Yeah, now the punt team's going to come back on the field. So,
Well, there's 2 minutes left.
2:08.
And this entire quarter has literally been played in the same 30 yards of turf.
Speaks well to both defenses.
Yes, it does. Yes,
after,
it does.
After drives.
Adapting to the other team's offense, and they're playing what they're doing well.
Magan gets his foot into it. Oh, he tried to pin him into the corner. Oh, pretty good punt by Magan.
Yes, it was.
And that goes into the end zone. So I believe now Westminster's offense will take over.
Yep.
First and 10 from the 20. And then maybe you got a 2-minute drill in your playbook with Kyrese Walker. I'm sure you do.
Well, that's a good thing about the way they don't huddle. They take the plays in from the sideline like that. All they do is just increase the tempo. It's built in. So a 2-minute drill for them, I don't think is really a big deal.
Right, it's not out of the norm.
No, it's not. They don't huddle. It's not like they're a ball control team in that regard. I believe they can pick the tempo up easy.
Right. 2 timeouts apiece, I believe, for each side. Walker back to pass. Out to Segre. Pursued by Foreman, number 42.
Yep.
But a completed pass. Walker to Segre, and that's a gain of 5.
Stayed in bounds.
He did. Clock moving.
Which is beneficial for right now, Man Valley.
140. They get the ball to start the third quarter. They won the toss and
deferred.
Right.
That's right. They deferred.
So, trips to the near side. Walker will come
Coming
this way. And the pass complete. Canton Rudders. And that's enough for a first down.
Kyrese Walker throws to Canton Rudders for Westminster-Owls, first down.
So a couple nice rollout passes there from Kyrese Walker. Stops the clock. And
that play. They've run that same play 3 or 4 times tonight. That time they were able to break containment, and get him outside. And that's when good things usually happen.
First and 10 from the 35. Walker going to try to go deep. Oh, he did not see it.
Yeah.
Had a man open. That was Isaiah Sprinkle, number 4.
Yeah.
Tried to drop it in the bucket, and Sprinkle not able anyway to see the ball.
Yeah, that ball was actually thrown in an excellent spot.
Sure was.
When you throw a fade, the receiver you want to leave a little bit of yardage to work with, and a quarterback you want to throw it into that sideline. And that's what was
play.
And that's what was done there. Yep. And the receiver's up the receiver to adjust the route then.
7-7 is our score. 1:19 to go in the second quarter. Pat Stoetzer and Ken Johnson with you for the game of the week. 2nd and 10. Walker back to throw again. He can take off. Gets around Foreman. Cameron Reed makes the stop. We're going to keep the clock running. And the offense has a minute to go. 3rd, and we'll call it 5. 3rd and 5. Referee wound the clock on the out-of-bounds play.
Yeah, he did. I think the tackle was engaged before he got out of bounds.
Yep. Still 2 timeouts, a lot of time left. They can stop it twice. Walker shakes the handoff away, looking to throw, and throws it out of bounds.
Oh, but he didn't throw it.
I think he got it back to the line of scrimmage. Is that what you're asking?
He threw it inside the.
Inside the.
He didn't get the ball. Didn't go past the line of scrimmage, but I'm not sure in high school if that's a penalty. He did have a receiver in that area.
He did, and the flag wasn't dropped, so it's fourth and 4. It's a long 4, but we'll call it 4th and 4. And good stand by Man Valley.
Another one. Yeah. The first quarter was all offense. The second quarter's been all defense.
He thinks halftime will be about adjustments. Mm-hmm. That's what they'll be talking about in the locker room on both sides. But if you're Man Valley, you got to like how this first half is gone.
Yep.
So Whitcomb back to punt. He gets a high kick into it. Fair catch called. floor, and let's see, that's a flag. Chris Bowser throws down the headset. Just wasn't a smart play by Westminster. It's going to give Man Valley a good field position. Herndon called fair catch, and fortunately for number 11, Connor Harris, he tackled Herndon, and you can't do that after the guy's giving himself up. So that'll be a personal foul on Westminster. First and 10 into Westminster territory, all the way down to the 47-yard line. 28 seconds left, actually. 28 seconds.
Curious to see how Westminster plays this defensively. I'm sure Man Valley's going to probably try to get the ball down the field somewhat.
You would think, with 2 timeouts and 28 seconds, and in Westminster territory. And I think they didn't have the ball.
Yeah, they have an extra DB on the field too.
Do they?
Yeah. No, not too many.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Sorry. They also need to switch out the ball.
One less linebacker.
Correct.
And one more DB.
Don't want to get beat downfield.
Yep.
All right, first and 10 from the 47 of Westminster. Man Valley on offense. Magan back to throw. Completes it. Incomplete. What are they going to call here? I guess that's a live ball, and that's John Manley all the way into the end zone.
There we go. Here's our replay.
Pretty close.
Yep.
Either way, it's a touchdown on the field.
That's what they're calling.
There's a flag in the end zone. Let's see what we got here. I don't know if that's going to be a celebration flag or was it a flag at all?
I don't think it was a flag.
Okay, there was something in the end zone. It looked like a flag, but
yeah, the gentleman over there went and picked it up.
That's a crazy play there at the end.
Oh,
wow. I was in my mind. I was thinking that was incomplete. I wasn't saying anything. John Manley picks it up.
Yeah, I
races down the near sideline, and you let the play go. That's a 65 or so yard touchdown, a defensive touchdown fumble recovery. And now a huge play for Westminster. Wow. And now Josh Wagner's extra point. Ooh, that skim in?
No,
it did not.
It skimmed out.
Skimmed out. 10 seconds left. 13-7 Westminster after that crazy play.
Well, hey, that's
there was no whistle.
It counts just as much.
There was no whistle. And Manley wisely picked the ball up. Second half coming to an end. Not the way Man Valley wanted it to come to an end there on that play.
No, definitely not.
Magan completed the pass to number 2, Drew Feliciano. Look, this isn't the NFL,
sure.
so I mean, he made a football move. He turned upfield.
Yep.
There was a strip, a fumble, and John Manley, number 23, senior for Westminster, picked it up and knew what to do with it.
I mean, there's no question he had the ball in possession, took a step. But that's definitely a bang play.
If we were an M&T Bank coach, we'd be under the hood right now checking that ball out.
Sure.
Of course, they were all the turnovers would be
big
play.
The referees do the best they can possibly do.
Bang play is exactly what that was.
Yep.
And a huge boost for Westminster. Not much went right in that first half for Westminster other than that opening drive. A little bobble there on the return. This is Herndon. We're having a little bit of trouble here with the home clock. So 1 second left. I would think that Man Valley takes a knee here, Coach. And
Yeah, I can't imagine.
knowing they get the ball in the second half to start. So Westminster scores on defense late in the second quarter on a John Manley long fumble return for a touchdown. Well, Man Valley's going to run a play here, perhaps. Magan back to throw, and he slipped out of his hand, and that's how the half comes to an end. So we have reached halftime.
There we go.
CMSportsNet game of the week. We thought it might be competitive, and it has been through the first 24 minutes of gameplay. And I won't even call that a mistake. I would just call that opportunity for Westminster. They take advantage of it, then you have a 13-7 halftime score.
Yeah, like I said, sometimes things just change that fast. That's the football gods.
No doubt about that. Halftime at Ruby Field. Westminster 13, Manchester Valley 7. What'd you like in the first half on both sides between Westminster? Let's start with Westminster. What'd you like how they did?
I liked I liked what they had that first drive. I thought they really did a nice job of taking what they were giving, and I think the big difference was that Man Valley's D-line actually played better, and they have continued to play better as the game's progressed. And Westminster hasn't been able to run the ball, and that's been the big difference, I think, there. But I think they just need to get back to those bubble screens, those quicker passes, those things, because that's what Man Valley was letting them have. We'll see what they go back to it. Man Valley it's kind of still what they're doing, but Westminster's taken that away now, if you noticed, and that's running the ball inside. And now it's much tougher sledding now than it was that first quarter.
We're going to come back and see some first half highlights. We're going to talk about what we're going to expect to see in the second half. And we'll also check back in with what's going on in the field here at Homecoming, Ruby Field. CMSportsNet game of the week will be right back. Don't go away.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
And each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast, presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels.
As we begin the school year, 25,000 students will be returning to Carroll County Public Schools. While this is an exciting time for those of us in the school system, we do want to remind the community that our number one priority is keeping our students safe. The activity level on and around the roads increases greatly at this time. There are buses on the roads as well as students walking to and from their bus stops. In addition, traffic patterns change when buses are on the roads. Buses will be making frequent stops, and drivers must obey school bus stop laws. To protect our students, we have installed stop arm cameras on all of our buses. We need motorists to be aware and to be more patient to ensure the safety of our students. Let's keep our students safe, and let's have a great school year.
Field. Westminster 13, Manchester Valley 7. The Owls score in the final 30 seconds of the second quarter to take that lead. Pat Stoetzer and Ken Johnson with you. We're going to take a look at some first half highlights, but before we do, how impressed were you with the way Man Valley handled themselves after they gave up the first score of the game on the first drive? Since then, they've held their own except the very last play there where Westminster scored. The Mavericks did a really good job in the first half.
Yeah, they were solid. Their response to Westminster's opening drive for a score was really impressive. It was probably 4 or 5 first downs, and they punched in and scored and tied it up. And really, the game from that point on, both defenses kind of settled in, and nothing was happening for either team.
We saw it looks good.
Yeah, and it continued that way right up until that play right at the end there, which, great defensive play.
Kudos to Westminster.
Smart,
yeah.
it was great. Great all-around, football play.
It was, yeah. I was going to say we've seen number 5, Justier Donald for Westminster, kind of rise up on their defense, and for Man Valley, it's been Braden Foreman and Crew Boog and a couple other names we've called a lot here so far. Yep. Offense haven't done much yet, but the ground game for Man Valley, and we're going to see some highlights here from the first half. The ground game has really been their calling card so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at some first half highlights here.
Sounds good.
And we, like I said, we had the opening kickoff here. This was Isaiah Sprinkle did a really good job getting all the way past midfield.
Yep, gave him the short field.
And then they answered on the drive, got into the red zone, and you saw Kyrese Walker use his legs. 5 yards out. Nice job to cut through the defense there and get a score there for the Owls. But the Mavs responded. A long drive ends on this Isaiah Farabee short run. Mm-hmm. They did a really good job. They collected a handful of first downs on that drive, moved the ball down to the 1, eventually scored from the 5. And G. Magan has been operating their offense pretty well. But here's Donald. Again, we saw a little bobbled snap there.
Yep. And
there's number 5, big number 5, Justier Donald making a tackle. And again, we had some Man Valley defensive plays as well, as you see Kyrese Walker trying to get out of harm's way, and not much doing there. And there's Braden Foreman, big 42. He's done a good job pursuing, clogging up the middle when they run to the middle. And here's that play, Coach. Feliciano catches it. John Manley picks it up. In my mind, it was an incomplete pass, but on the field, it was a fumble. And Manley takes it all the way down the home team sideline for a 60-couple-yard touchdown for sure. Here's the first half stats. And Man Valley, hanging in there with Westminster. Yeah. One turnover is the difference in the game so far.
Exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, they're almost dead even statistically.
I was going to say, you mentioned Westminster's inability to run the ball so far. Yeah. And only 40 passing yards. So Man Valley doing a good job moving the ball. It's just that one mistake. And we talk about mistakes. We can talk about mistakes every week, of course. Yep. But one mistake can be the difference. Both teams made a couple mistakes. The big one at the end there was more of a opportunistic move by Manley and Westminster's defense.
One of the good things, I think, both coaches are going to go in at halftime right now, and like talking about Man Valley first and Coach Coons, I think they have a whole lot of good things to talk about. I know this score's 13-7, and that's such a disheartening way to end the performance that they had. However, it's still there. I mean, it's very much so. So I would be shocked if we don't see them continue to try to run the ball.
Yeah.
Now, Westminster side, again, I think it goes back to the taking what they're giving them, and in those early on those screens, a lot of plays, the lateral plays that were quick hitters that hit the edges, and I think we're going to see more of that too from them. I wouldn't be surprised if each team scores a couple times second half.
I hope. A competitive game. 13-7 here. We're actually going to take a quick, not a break, we're going to pause here and show you our most recent CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week. It comes from one of the players in this game tonight. You haven't heard his name too much tonight. It was Clayton Dorsey of Westminster. Let's go ahead and take a look at what he did last week for the Owls.
All right.
CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week is brought to you in part by Barnes Bollinger Insurance Services and by Genova's To Go.
This week's CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week, Clayton Dorsey, Westminster football. Clayton was dominant on both sides of the ball, helped the Owls beat Walkersville. Clayton, it was a crazy game. The second time you had a comeback like that. What was it like to go on the road and get that win against a really good Walkersville team?
Yeah, no, Walkersville was definitely a good team. It was a good environment. It's good to come back, but it's also not good to come back all the time. So, we didn't play our game the first half, and the second half we came out firing on all cylinders. So it was nice to come back and get the win.
12 tackles, I think 2 or 3 for loss, 100 yards plus, and a touchdown. You had another huge big week before against South Carroll. Which side of the ball are you more working on right now to try to become a better, more balanced player? Defensive side or the offensive side?
I mean, I'll work on both all the time, but I mean, I feel like I had to step up in a role on offense with Fisher gone. But, I mean, defense, I missed the first couple games. I was hurt, so it feels good to be back out there. But, yeah, I would say I would probably have to step in a bigger role in offense just because Fisher is so good. But
yeah, it's hard to fill those shoes. You were on this team last year that through the first 4 weeks was a lot of challenges, and you guys came out pretty well. You're 3-1 now after the first 4 weeks of this year. Difference between last year's team and this year's team? You just mentioned you lost a good player in Mason Fisher, and other guys graduated too. There's a good core guys back there from last year. You're one of those guys. What's the mood like on this year's team as you guys get ready to shift into full, county mode the rest of the way, and you look to go far in the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as last year. I mean, I think we lost week 3 last year to South Carroll too. So, I mean, it's tough losing a game where you feel like you probably should have won, but it is what it is. We just got to fight back, and we took care of business against South Carroll and Walkersville, so we just have to keep doing that against the other county teams.
All right, congrats on a great week. Clayton Dorsey, this week's CMSportsNet Athlete of the Week.
CMSportsNet's Athlete of the Week is brought to you in part by Barnes-Bollinger Insurance Services. We're here for the home team. Barnes-Bollinger Insurance Services. And by Genova's To Go. Locations in Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, Hanover, and Eldersburg. Genova's. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more.
Congrats to Clayton Dorsey, our most recent Athlete of the Week for CMSportsNet. We're also going to show you our CMSportsNet Spotlight. We actually went out to McDaniel College 2 weeks ago. They have the bye week this week. Last week, get ready for homecoming against Gettysburg. Put together a spotlight on the Green Terror. A lot of transition they've had this year. Let's go ahead and take a look at our CMSportsNet Spotlight for this week. McDaniel College's football team went into transition mode back in June when head coach DeMarcus White left his post after 3 seasons, and offensive line coach David Sarton assumed the interim head coach position. The Green Terror didn't have a lot of time to get adjusted to the new front man, but Sarton took over, having a quarter-century worth of college football coaching experience. Part of that run including being part of national championships at Grand Valley State and Mount Union. Now Sarton is leading the Green Terror into battle each week. McDaniel is 0-3 to start the 2023 season, but their new coach said he's proud of how the players and staff have handled the change at the top.
They've been probably every emotion that you can imagine: excited, nervous, antsy. Can I do this? What will happen? And the best thing that happened was we got to camp, because then it kind of came a little bit second nature. You kind of knew what to expect. What we accomplished in 2 months should really take 6. I mean, we got an all-star staff here. 9 coaches now. We got graduate assistants. I mean, we just got a lot done in 2 months with the help of everybody on this campus.
I would say it's been really good. We all, it's all like one in the team. We've been working hard, and it's been tough little weeks that we've been going through, but we still gonna bounce back. We work hard at practice every day, so every time we work hard, it pays off. And Coach Sarton, he's been doing an amazing job since he's been here. So yeah.
The Centennial Conference had its bye week after week 3, so the Terror get 2 weeks to get ready for Gettysburg on September 30th. Leading the way on offense is grad student and running back Trent Gaskins, who averages more than 5 yards per carry and has close to 100 receiving yards so far. Senior Jevin Tranquillo leads the team on defense with 22 tackles and 3 sacks, and the squad has 6 takeaways as a whole. But McDaniel is allowing 39 points per game, something that doesn't bode well with opponents such as Muhlenberg and Dickinson coming up in the next few weeks. Gaskins said the team's unity can go a long way toward the Green Terror getting back on track.
I think all the strengths that we have is we're able to fight. We're able to fight every quarter. We're not giving up no matter what. Even all the positions that we have is loaded with a lot of talent in there. So we have a lot of talent at every position, and everybody contributes as one. So we just stay together and keep the course, and we definitely can come out with the win.
Sarton played his college football at Story Mount Union and was part of 2 national titles as a member of the Purple Raiders. As a coach, he has helped 4 different schools make a combined 6 NCAA playoff appearances. He brings energy to McDaniel's sideline, And a longtime coach said that's not going to change with the Green Terror looking to turn things around in a hurry.
Oh, absolutely, because we're all about celebrating the positives. And really, when you look at football, good teams, they kind of carry each other when they have to. We had a bad fumble against Rowan, and the defense went out and got an awesome 3-and-out. We got, a great turnover by the defense, and the offense went back and scored. And sometimes when you're rebuilding, getting these kids to understand that there are positives outside of the scoreboard. Every Sunday we like to list the things that we're going to celebrate from the game. And, in the past 3 weeks we've had 20, 25 different positives that maybe the scoreboard doesn't reflect. Let's go. Here we go. Let's go.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of Week 5 in the Carroll County Athletic League matchups. We got Westminster and Man Valley here on the field, of course. FSK at Century started a little earlier this evening. South Carroll taking on Sussex Central to Georgetown, Delaware, and Liberty is at Winters Mill as Winters Mill tries to go 5-0 for the first time ever, something Ken Speedy Johnson knows a little bit about. We've seen the Falcons a couple times here on CMSportsNet. And we'll be trying to check some scores for you here. I know I see Speedy wheeling and dealing on his cell phone here during halftime, trying to find some scores. And, it's a fun time of year, right, Coach?
Yes,
when it comes to
it is.
This time, midway through the regular season, you're trying to get county wins, all that kind of stuff. And everyone makes the playoffs now, a little different than when you were coaching, but it's about getting a high seed and about accumulating some points. This game's big for both schools.
Oh, yeah.
Westminster and Man Valley. And again, Man Valley gets the ball here to start the third quarter.
All right, well, ready for that second half.
And who made the adjustments, right? That's that's the keys of this second half is who made the adjustments.
Yep.
Wagner will kick it. And he drives one into the ground. Picked up by number 5, Matthew Ferran. Isaiah Farabee, 10 carries, 46 yards, and a touchdown in the first half.
Yep.
For the Mavericks.
They'll sleep well tonight.
And they're back out onto the field on offense. And
all right,
if anything here, you wonder what they can do to sort of soothe themselves after giving up that defensive score. 1st and 10 from the 38, we'll call it. And the Owls fans already into the game, into the action as we start the third quarter. There's a flea flicker. Pitch back to Magan. Trying to get down to James Herndon off his hands. And incomplete. Fighting with Isaiah Sprinkle down the sideline. Herndon almost got himself back in play.
That was about as close as you could get to it. Not happening.
He had his hands on the ball, Coach.
Yeah, 2 hands.
Nice little play to start the quarter.
Yeah.
And a good throw from Magan. Oh, Herndon had both hands on that ball. But it's incomplete.
Wow.
Incomplete, 2nd and 10. I kind of like the play call, Coach.
Yep.
How about you?
I definitely did.
Good coverage by Sprinkle, but a good job by Herndon to try to get some separation. But the pass falls incomplete. Going back to the ground. And a nice run. Another nice run. That was Kingston. No, that was Farabee, 14.
Right.
And he picked up about 6. We'll call it 5. That's correct. 3rd and 5. Third and 5 from the 38-yard line. Magan hands off, and right up the gut goes.
Oh, here's going to be a test
here.
It's
close.
Really close. It's going to be a little short, I believe. We're sitting right on it.
Yes, we are. That was nope. First down.
Oh, no, they sit there. Here we go. Oh, that was close.
I thought it might have been a little short, but they gave him the first down.
Yeah, hey. Remember, the referees are right even when they're wrong.
Sounds like you've had that in your mind before.
Mm-hmm.
First and 10, Manchester Valley. Opening drive, third quarter. Ruby Field in Westminster. CMSportsNet Game of the Week. Magan fakes the handoff to Farabee. He's got Hayden Askew over top. Incomplete. He had beaten Sprinkle. That was a well-thrown ball by Magan.
Extremely well delivered.
And that's 2 now.
Yeah.
That receivers from Man Valley have had hands on. I can remember last year them scoring on a play like that to Blake Ray.
Yes. Yep.
That's a nice throw by Magan, and Askew had him beat. Just out of reach. You see Isaiah Farabee's numbers on the day. 12 carries, 56, averaging about 5 yards a clip.
Yep.
It shows. And there's Farabee again. And he gets around the end. And he steps out of bounds. He's close to another first down for Man Valley.
I think he's a little short.
He is a little short this time, I believe.
Yeah.
It's going to be a 3rd and 2, we'll call it.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 2. 10:22 going to go. We're still early here in the third quarter, but a big play here on this opening drive as the Westminster defense tries to keep Man Valley from moving the chains.
Now, the interesting thing here, what we're seeing, is one thing that's different that Man Valley's doing. They're playing a tight end so far every down.
They've played Anthony Hesselbein, their tight end.
Which really locks in Westminster's odd front. So it's been at least their adjustment number, the first adjustment that's noticeable here is, like a subtle thing, a formational adjustment.
Either way, it's a first down. Now the Mavericks are inside the 45-yard line of Westminster. This is Canby.
They're taking taking the weak side.
He cuts it back on the right side and gains some yards. So, I mean, you're the coach. Obviously, I've been watching games a long time. I don't know why you wouldn't go away from that until Westminster stops it.
No.
I'm not saying you never throw the ball, but I mean, they are just churning up yards on the ground. That was 4 yards on first down. So 2nd and 6 from the 37. And we got a stop.
What do we got here?
Delay game.
Oh. That was right at the snap.
It was. So 2nd and 11 now after the penalty.
Okay.
Farabee, gets away from Jalen Jones and finds a hole. I thought he was going to sneak through there.
Well, we gave him a manageable 3rd down.
It was a nice run by Farabee.
Yep.
Makes it 3rd and about 5. So picks up 6 yards on 3rd and long. Nice job. Farabee's done a good job tonight.
Yes, he has.
Jalen Jones had him for a second there on the right near line of scrimmage. Instead, like you said, 3rd and manageable.
Okay.
And another bad snap. Magan falls on it. Man Valley shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here. That's just a killer when you've been running the ball so well.
Yep, there you go.
So it'll be 4th and 14 now. Yeah, just a rough snap. Magan's done a good job to recover the ball, but just not what you want to do if you're Man Valley's offense. And now you're in punt formation again. Magan stays on for the punt. Right foots it, and nice job. Nice job by Magan inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a great punt by Gene Magan.
That's a returner's nightmare. It's low enough, and it doesn't bounce consistently, so you can predict what it's going to do. You just got to let it roll.
Just roll,
and it rolls right inside the 5.
Inside the 5, absolutely. All the way down to the 3. So 1st and 10. And Man Valley's really done a lot of good things in this game, Coach, but the couple of times they haven't have been big mistakes. The fumble and a couple of really bad snaps that killed them on drives.
And that's the score's reflecting that.
Yeah, that's why it's 13-7.
Yeah.
All right, 1st and 10 Westminster now.
Let's see how they do.
Deep in their own end, the 3-yard line. Walker.
Popped one in.
Popped it out. Got to give him some room to run.
Yeah.
So good job by Kyrese Walker to get out of the shadow of the end zone. That's all 8 or 9 yard gain on 1st down.
I think that play's been pretty successful tonight. He's hard to pick up when he gets behind those big linemen. It's just hard to find him.
He also let the play develop, which is some of that IQ you're talking about.
Exactly.
You don't want to try to tackle him in the open front. Good job by Askew there, number 9 for Man Valley to make the tackle, but he's a hard guy to bring down. Low snap, Walker gets it, completes the pass. Made a man miss all the way out to the 20 is number 9, Clayton Dorsey.
There you go.
We've called his name in the halftime for the Athlete of the Week, and that's one of the only times we called his name tonight.
See what happens in the first 2 plays so far. Much more reflective of what they did in that first drive to open the game with.
Walker keeps.
See, they're doing it again. Yep.
Flag comes out, and Walker gets up. We've got a flag on the far side of the field, I believe. And it looks like it's coming back. See Kyrese Walker and Canton Rudders there walking backward for Westminster. That was about a 5 or 6 yard gain by Kyrese, but I believe we're going to get a hold. Let's see here.
Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Yeah.
Hold. So
in high school, that is such a killer penalty.
It is.
It's so hard to recover.
10 yards from the spot. That'll still be 1st down. That's going to be about 1st and well, luckily it was right from the line of scrimmage, so 1st and 20.
Okay.
So
trips into the boundary. That's interesting.
I see it. Walker gets the pass. He keeps it, and Man Valley's defense right there all over it. And they've been doing a really good job containing.
That was a zone read into the field and putting the trips into the boundary. Man Valley's weak side did a nice job staying home there.
Got 58. Jake Robinson in the middle of that. A little slow to get up, but he did get up after a nice job being in the middle of the pile. And also give credit to 55, Aiden Turner, to help stop that play. And that's a 2nd and no gain, so 2nd down and 20. Under 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. We got a low-scoring affair. Coach Johnson's already predicted a shootout in the second half, but now we got a flag on the play. I mean, we've got a delay here, so.
As clean as that first quarter was, penalty-wise, there's been plenty since then.
5-yard penalties.
I told you.
Little discombobulated out there right now, so that's back all the way inside the 5.
High school football.
High school football. Kyrese tries to get out of the end zone, and he does. Good job getting a little bit of that back.
Yes.
It'll be third down. Got the ball up to the 11, so. Third and about 18.
Still, man, that's.
Let's go! Let's go!
Jam field. Pass over the middle. Complete. Oh, big play.
Big
That's
play.
Clayton Dorsey. All the way up to the 40-yard line, and that is a huge play for Westminster. Cameron Reed tried to.
The ball was right on the money.
It was a nice pass.
Quarterback Tyrese Walker throws to Clayton Dorsey for the Westminster-Owls. First down.
First down. Westminster up to the 40 on a 3rd and long. There's a run again into the middle, and Man Valley stops it up pretty well.
Yep.
There's not much room to run in the middle of that defense with Crew Boog and Jake Robinson and company.
Nope.
Give credit there to the 25. That's Anthony Hesselbein, one of their linemen. And that's a 1-yard gain on 1st and 10, so it'll be a 2nd and 9. From the 40, we'll call it the 46-yard line. 4 minutes, coming up on 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
2nd and 9 for Westminster.
Runners in motion. Walker keeps it. Runners in front of him. Carries Walker, found some room. And picked up a first down in to Man Valley territory.
Quarterback Tyrese Walker keeps and carries for Westminster.
Nice job by Walker to get behind his.
I like that play.
Get behind his receiver. Runners gets out in front to block, and Walker picks up about 12 yards.
That's literally a power sweep.
With
It makes it look like it was going to be a jet or something like that, but that literally was just a power sweep with the quarterback. Well-designed play, well executed.
Well run with Kyrese Walker in the backfield. Walker gets it. Short pass out there to Isaiah Sprinkle.
There you
Makes
go.
a man miss.
Yep.
Sprinkle has some speed, and he's all the way down to almost the 20-yard line.
They're back to where they were that first quarter. Quick hitters. Attacking the edge as fast as you possibly can.
2 big plays, a nice pass out to Sprinkle.
Runs and screens. I'm very impressed with this. Especially since they started it, though, inside the 5, ran some plays, got out, and then went back, and then got out. Yeah.
Yeah. First and 10 at the 21-yard line of Manchester Valley. Walker in the backfield. Over the middle, trying to get it to Dorsey, incomplete. And we got a flag.
Yeah.
Dorsey thought so, and so did the sideline referee.
Yeah.
And might be a hold on the defense. Justin Gamble, defensive pass interference is the call.
Yep. I guess half distance of the goal. It's going to put them probably around the 10 or 11.
We're at the 21, so yeah.
Yeah, about the 10 and a half, they'll put it. Yep.
So a penalty pushes Westminster into the red zone. A defensive penalty. There you see Kyrese Walker, only 16 yards rushing, but 100 yards passing.
Yep.
He does have the rushing touchdown, but Man Valley's defense to this point done a really good job containing him on the ground. And guess who? Number 42, Braden Foreman.
Yep.
Raekwon Warfield trying to get around the edge, and Foreman's had a heck of a game on defense for Manchester Valley.
Yes, he has. He's an impressive linebacker. He's only a junior.
Only a junior. That's east to west running is tough to do.
And he's a
with
big
the
kid.
With the speed of Westminster.
He's a big boy. He's not.
They're going to make this a loss of about 4. Yeah, he's not. You're right. He's not thin. What I'm trying to say. He's not slight. He's got a big build.
No, he's definitely a big young man.
So the Owls waiting for the play to keep coming from the sideline. Jadon Segree is the running back to the left of Kyrese Walker. And it's 2nd and 14 with 2:20 to go. Walker going to keep it up the middle. Get a little bit of that lost yardage back. So it'll be 3rd and, let's call it 12. So pick up of 3. Man Valley's defense has done the job when it comes to the ground game of Westminster.
Yeah, I'm shocked when you showed me those stats. He only had a small amount of yardage he had on the ground.
16 yards rushing.
Yeah, because it sure seems like more than that.
It does.
Doesn't it?
It does. And we got a flag, and I think maybe somebody moved on the line. Yep, false start.
Oh,
so that backs him up 5 and makes it a 3rd and 17.
Oof.
So it's been a little bit of a mistake football here on both sides.
Yes,
some
it
snaps
has.
and some penalties.
This drive is just amazing.
Taking up some time.
Yeah, and it just keeps doing the same yardage over and over too. I mean, it's probably been a 120-yard drive so far.
Yeah. Third and 17. Walker going to the corner of the end zone. Broken up. Nice job, number 1. Jordan Hughes trying to get the ball to Isaiah Sprinkle. And Jordan Hughes had to beat on that the whole way, Coach.
That was a good route. That was a good pass and excellent coverage. I mean, that was just good football all around there. Yeah. Oh, good. You'll see that again.
Yeah, 4th and long. With just a timing play to the end zone. And Hughes does a good job of breaking that up. So,
all right,
4th and 17, offense on the field. Fakes the handoff, Walker rolls. Wheel route. Tried to get it to Segree, and I believe Hayden Askew had it bounce off his hands.
I think he might have just swatted it down because he was probably going to go out of bounds and would have lost 5 yards.
Right. Either way, good play by Manchester Valley. You're right.
This is that.
Segree coming off the field.
That was a heck of a
stand. A great stand by Man Valley.
That was an amazing series of football plays. Here we go.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, but either way, it was a deflected pass. A good play call.
Yeah.
But Man Valley was there to snuff it out, and they get the ball now with 1:18 to go. And back to the ground we go.
There you go.
Westminster leads this game 13-7, Coach, but it certainly doesn't feel like it.
No, it definitely does not feel like it at all.
It feels like we're tied, or even Man Valley would have the lead.
Yeah.
It was that one big mistake on defense, on offense, where they had to fumble.
That's it.
That's the difference in the game so far.
Yeah, that's it.
2nd and 6 now after that run by Farabee. And there's Farabee again. He has done a really good job for Man Valley. He's close to a first down. He might have a first down. He does.
Yep. There's another one.
Isaiah Farabee carries for Man Valley Mavericks, first down.
Nice job, Jossier Donald. Farabee going nowhere. Thanks to Jossier Donald. We've heard it called.
Nice.
That was a great job by
played.
Donald. That's going to get us to the end of the quarter. And that will do it. So a big play on defense there by Westminster to end the third quarter. No points scored in that quarter, Coach, but Some good defensive efforts.
Yes.
We just saw another one there from Jasir Donald. We've called a lot of names on defense throughout these first 3 quarters of play. What did you like in that quarter?
You know what? You just hit something really good there. I think it's been really a half of defensive plays as much as anything.
Yeah.
More so than offensive plays.
I mean,
I might have to take back my 2 touchdowns each the second half. Maybe just one each.
Maybe just one each. There's still a lot of time left in this game, that's for sure. I was just saying at the end of the quarter there, I mean, obviously we can see the score, 13-7. Westminster has the lead. Man, Valley sure feels like they've dominated this game.
Yes, yeah, definitely the line of scrimmage they have. Westminster moves the ball great as long as they stay, with everything that is attacking the flanks quickly. Anything that's a slower developing play hasn't been effective, and running the ball, with Tyrese inside, not the running backs inside.
No, correct. Jadon Segre has done a little bit of running here, but it's mostly been Kyrese Walker. But we've had a defensive slugfest here through 3 quarters.
Yeah, really, it's
7.
Literally, it's a 7-7 game.
Other than Farabee was closing on 100 yards rushing in this game. So here we go, 2nd and 13. As we start the 4th quarter, and there's Farabee. Gets out of bounds. Nice job by Farabee again.
Safety did a nice job there.
Picked up the yards and then some, so we got it back to manageable 3rd down. 3rd and 7. All right, Gene Maggin in the shotgun. Farabee behind him. Fakes the handoff. Gets it out to the flat. Completed. Big catch. Number 33, Nicholas Loprito. Not used much on offense, but that got the job done. That's a 1st down. Nice job by Loprito.
Yeah, for the most part, he's a blocking back.
He is. A nice job, too. That's a tough catch to go over your shoulder like that.
Yep.
Up to the 40-yard line. Man, Valley's had a handful of these plays, Coach, where they just needed to make something happen, and they got it done. If not for those snaps over the head, who knows? Who knows? Farabee, Donald had a hand on Farabee, but he snuck in. Got a couple yards there. So Farabee again picks up maybe 1. I guess they're going to give him just 1. So 1 yard makes it 2nd and 9. Big crowd and into the game from basically the opening kickoff. A lot of cars over there to our right in the parking lot. They've seen a good one here so far, Coach.
Yes, they have. They got their money's worth.
They did. Maggin back to pass. Completes it out there on the far side to James Herndon. He fell down in high school. That means the play's over.
Yes, it does.
So short yardage there. He had Loprito out there too, but Herndon makes the catch.
Okay, big play here.
Only got 2 yards there, so.
Another critical down.
3rd and 7 from 47-yard line. Maggin. Oh, trying to get a screen set up. And number 7, Cooper Whitcomb, had none of it. Good job by Whitcomb to break that up.
Big play.
It was a big play. Got a big paw up, otherwise that could have been something there on the screen.
Yep, they had it set up.
Westminster's defense has definitely come to rise up when they need it the most.
Yeah, it has been big plays on defense.
Maggin punt, Nice job. Inside the 30, that's a catch.
Oh.
And a nice job getting up to midfield. All the way up to midfield.
See that net? It's a punt that nets you 6 yards, 7 yards.
Don't forget, next week we will be back for our CMSportsNet Game of the Week. South Carroll travels to Winters Mill October the 6th. A game that Coach Johnson will have eyes on, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Our pregame show will begin at 6:45, and kickoff will be at 7 at South Carroll at Winters Mill from Big Mill in Westminster. All right, 1st and 10. Hand off to Jadon Segree, and Crew Boog is right there.
Yep.
I mean, we're broken records tonight, Speedy. We've just been calling the same names over and over again.
Yes,
These guys have come to play.
Yeah, they really have.
Great tackle, too, by Crew Boog. Wrap the ankles up. That's a loss of about 5.
All right, and so far the stat sheet is bearing out that it's been such a good defensive football game.
No doubt about that. 2nd and 15 from the 46-yard line. Walker's going to keep it, try to get some of that back. He finds some room. He gets past Cameron Reed. He's off to the races. He cuts back inside. That's a huge run. Biggest run of the day.
Yep. Big play. Well done.
Biggest run of the day for Westminster, and it gets them deep into Man Valley territory.
Walker with the carry makes it 1st and 10 for the Westminster Owls.
Fisher's trying to do this like 5
doing
times.
the best they can to try to start the clock up. Out of bounds run there. 8:30 to go. So Westminster, that huge run by Walker, they needed that just to give them a jolt on offense. Now they are down in, closing in on the red zone. Picked up about 5 yards.
All righty.
Segree cuts it back. Nice job by Jadon Segree to cut it back. He got close to first down. Yeah.
He did, first down.
Yep.
Excellent cut.
First down, yep. And so when they needed a couple big plays here, Jadon Segree and Kyrese Walker have come up big on the ground. First and 10.
Okay.
Man in motion. Handoff back to Segree. He breaks through, and they're starting to get some penetration, Coach.
Well, one of the adjustments they made is they left the 4 wide, and they brought in a blocking back. So they're running, they're 2 running backs in the backfield. One of them they're using for a lead blocker.
Picked up 4 on first down.
They're Patrick Ricard.
Yes, absolutely. Their version of Ricard.
And it's working.
It is. They're down to the 10-yard line. And time ticking away here with 7.5 to go. A score here would be detrimental to Man Valley's chance to win this game. We'll see if the Owls can get it done. Segree stumbles a bit, and Man Valley's defense there to stop him right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain. It'll be a 3rd down. 3rd and 6 from the 10-yard line. 7:15 left in the game. In regulation. We call it regulation.
That's right.
You never know.
Never know.
You never know. And we got a stoppage clock. Let's see, we got a timeout, Westminster.
Westminster uses their first time out of the half. They have 2 remaining.
So Westminster called a timeout there. Probably smart. Talk things over a little bit. What have you liked on this drive here, Speedy, from Westminster?
Well, I like that nice long run that they did with Tyree. I mean, that was another power sweep. I mean, they pulled both guards. It's just a variation of the play that was successful before. They're using their assets well right now, and they're having to reach in the bag of tricks, I think, because of the stout defensive play, especially inside. What we're seeing from Man Valley.
And Man Valley on offense, the last time they had the ball, man, they were that close to hooking up on a couple long passes.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they were there for the Mavericks, and then they've had a couple snap problems that we talked about. So
and
they're in this game.
Yep, for sure.
They're in this game with
got to make those plays though.
7:03 to go. Yeah, absolutely. Got to make them. Got to make at least a couple of them throughout the game if you're going to be in the game and try to get a chance to win. Regardless, it is 3rd and 6. Westminster's offense back on the field. Receiver in motion. Walker keeps it.
Good cut. Good cut.
Around. Finds his way into the end zone.
Nice run. That was pretty.
For a touchdown. That was all Kyrese Walker right there.
Yes, it was. Well, that's the best player on the field.
I believe you're right. That's a Walker 10-yard touchdown run. Just being able to use some skills and get through Man Valley's defense. .6:53 to go. There you see Kyrese Walker on the sideline. He has a pair of rushing touchdowns. That's a big score for the Owls. Just like that, up to almost 70 yards rushing for Kyrese. Yeah. The extra point, no good. So it remains 19-7, but a 2-score lead. We see the PAT, so that's a couple of misses now from Josh Wagner. He pushed that one to the wide to the right. 2 missed extra points, but that's 2 touchdowns, a 2-score lead now for Westminster Speedy. That's look, there's still a lot of time left. Anything can happen, but that score, that drive, that's what we expected to see Westminster do here, I think, in this game. Yeah,
and like we said early on, and before the game started, Man Valley had to play really mistake-free. They've taken care of the football, except for that one crazy fumble that turned into a touchdown for Westminster. But they're just missing a couple of those long pass opportunities.
Yes.
They're just a few things they just missed on, and like you said, the big things. There's 2 bad snaps.
The bad snaps, and then, of course the fumble that turned into 6 for Westminster.
Yep.
Man Valley's done a lot of things right in this game, don't get me wrong, but Askew picks it up off the ground, and there's John Manley. Nice job by John Manley on special teams. Going nowhere. John Manley had himself a night. He had the fumble recovery for a touchdown, and a good job there on special teams.
Yeah, he's been on a lot of tackles.
You heard his name, yeah. Here he comes in flying on the sideline. Good job by Manley to make that tackle. Cooper Whitcomb was also there just in case, but now they push Man Valley back to the 25-yard line, so you got to score in a hurry, but if you've been doing such a good job on the ground game, you don't want to abandon it too much, but you have to go into the air here at some point.
Yep.
And that's Farabee on the ground again.
Couple.
Yep. Isaiah Farabee's had a really good game for Man Valley, number 14, their running back.
Yes, he has.
He's getting close to 100 yards rushing. Oh, actually up to 85 now. 6.5 to go. Man Valley's got to start hurrying things up a little bit, I think. Baggin going to go back to throw it. Completes the pass. Well, good job, first down there.
Yep.
Give that one to 18, Braden Fritz.
Yep, minimize the time in and out of the huddle at this point in the game.
They've had their issues tonight on the clock.
Yes, they have.
Incomplete pass. 2nd and 10 now for the Mavericks, rather. Second and 10 after the incomplete pass. Stops the clock. 5:54 to go. They're not an offense, Coach. I don't think they can go down the field in big chunks, but they can get the ball in the air down the field.
Yep. Yes.
Do you have to look a couple times down the field? You got to score. You got to get the ball back.
Yes. You have to do things that are your best chance or best opportunity to get big chunks. Now, that's a good call.
Screen to Farabee.
Excellent call.
Up to midfield. Tackle made by number 31, Seth Combs. Well, that's a first down for Man Valley.
Well, they're making it interesting.
49-yard line.
They're keeping us engaged.
Pump fake from Magan. Going deep. Braden Fritz has it. Braden Fritz inside the 10-yard line. So
very nice. Pretty.
Very nice indeed. And a first down for the Mavericks. Nice hitch by Magan to maybe make the defender bite.
Yep.
First and 10. First and goal up the 4-yard line for Mandel. 8-yard line for Mandel.
First down. That one didn't go very far. That's first and goal for Man Valley. Clock running. That was Hayden Askew. Actually lost a yard there maybe, so second and we'll call it 11, but it's still second and goal. Number 9, Hayden Askew. Canby in the backfield now for Man Valley, and the give is to Canby. Off the left side, tried to bounce it out. And Westminster's defense there to make the stop. That's Seth Combs again, 31 and 34 in there, Casey Heisig. So that's got it down to about the 5-yard line. So I think the last play, I misspoke. I thought it was a loss of yards, but it was not.
Yeah, they got a couple.
Yeah, so they're down to the 5. Yep. 3rd and goal from the 5. 4 minutes to go. Man Valley trying to close the gap. Magan back to throw over the middle. Receiver fell down. Tried to get it to that Askew, number 9. I don't know if he slipped and fell down. And now it's 4th down. Yeah, I couldn't tell if he slipped, but good coverage there by Westminster. And 4th and 5 here. Not officially the game, but essentially could seal the deal just because Man Valley has to score twice here. 4 minutes to go, and the Owls fans getting up on their feet, making some noise. Magan calling out the signals. Back to pass. Westminster. Incomplete. Let's see. Is there a flag?
No,
there's a flag here on the near sideline.
Oh, yes, there is.
It's
offense.
So it's no play. But is it no play? It is.
Oh, wow.
So you back that up, and it's 4th and goal from the 10.
Holy smokes.
I mean, I guess you can't decline it. It was a dead ball foul, right?
It should. Yeah.
A false start makes no play. So 4th now, 4th and goal now from the 10.
Yeah, it was a dead. It was never a play.
Right, correct. So you can't decline it if you're Bassler, because since Josh here knocked the ball down. Anyway, 4th and 10 now. 4th and goal from the 10. Magan back to pass over the middle. Yet Askew incomplete.
Wow.
Tough catch there for Askew.
No, sure.
Tough ask, and the Owls take over on downs with 3:33 to go. It'll be first down Westminster, and Man Valley, despite that long catch by Braden Fritz, is now staring at a two-score deficit, and Westminster's back on the ball in offense. Westminster getting closer to improving to 4-1 on the season, just the same record they had last year after this game against Man Valley. Man Valley, if this stands, will go to 2-3. One and 2 in county play. That was a handoff there up the middle to Segree. Looks like he's coming off.
Yeah,
maybe holding his hand there.
Yeah, he's been a little banged up for a while now.
I think you're right.
He's been holding his hand a bunch.
Jack Hitchcock comes back in. It's 2nd and 8. There you see Kyrese Walker. 100 yards passing, 68 yards rushing, the 2
good
touchdowns.
Good
day at the office.
Yes, a very good day, especially in a game like this. Where everything's been hard.
He's going to run it again. Spin move to get away from one defender.
Yep.
Ball came out, but he was ruled down. That's going to be a first down. And that's what you need if you're Westminster, to eat up some of this clock.
Yep. I tell you, he's a dangerous offensive weapon that Westminster has, and he's really come into his own.
Justin Gamble.
He is fun to watch.
He is fun to watch. Mm-hmm. Justin Gamble from Man Valley had him in his sights, and he pulled the Lamar Jackson spin move there to get a couple more yards and pick up a first down. So 1st and 10. Westminster can take their time. Man Valley can stop the clock twice with timeouts. Oh, I'm sorry, all 3 times with timeouts. I don't believe they've used one this half, but Coach Kuhn's I
don't think so either.
Coach Kuhn's going to hold on to him here right now. 1st and 10. Walker keeps it. And he's got room to run. Grass Monster got him, but not before another first down. The old turf monster.
Yeah,
It'll get
he
you.
reaches up, never fails. It's like the sideline, never missed a tackle.
That's correct. We're trying, guys. We're trying.
That poor official's going to need a rotator cuff surgery.
The signals haven't quite been coming up to the booth. They haven't quite been following the play here, but it's understandable.
Yeah. Looks like some youthful.
Could be.
Kind of,
They're watching the game.
Yeah. Excited. They're excited. It's homecoming.
Got to make sure to watch the white hat.
Yeah, it's homecoming.
All right, Walker keeps it again. Going to add to some of his rushing totals.
Now they can just.
Bernie doesn't seem like he's going to stop the clock.
No.
Coach, it wasn't maybe the prettiest thing you've ever seen if you're Westminster's fans and their sideline and their coaches and players, but they're going to wind up here getting the job done and getting the W.
Very much so. This was definitely a game that could have gone either way. That's a gutsy win.
It is, and I thought I'll also say, and you can chime in there. I think a gutsy performance by Man Valley too.
Oh, for sure.
A really good job on offense.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be a competitive team. They're going to make things happen. Nice play there on defense there to try to, and they stop the clock now. That's Cameron Reed, number 20, on the tackle. That's a loss there. Tackle for loss. Good job set. Man Valley's defense has actually played, I think, pretty well in this game throughout.
I completely agree.
So each team has used a timeout now. We have 45 officially, 45 seconds left.
I think what Westminster did a good job of was, again, they got back to taking what the other team gives you, and they're using their quarterback's effectiveness with his feet. And to me, that's been the difference in the game, and they've really done that in the second half. They did it in that first quarter.
Yeah, the first drive.
Yeah,
and Man Valley did a good job of stymieing them for a good bit of the second quarter and some of the third. But when when it became crunch time here in the fourth.
Yep.
The Owls, as you said, put it in the hands of their playmakers.
Yeah.
Dorsey made a big catch.
Yep.
Walker ran the ball well. Segre.
Yep.
So their playmakers are the difference in this game. And you see Chris Basil there on the sideline about to become 4-1.
There you go.
For the second time in as many years. I was doing some digging here earlier on, and with this win, Coach Basler goes to 37-10 overall. Not too shabby. Not too shabby of a record. There's a handoff. I believe that's Jack Hitchcock. Ooh, I thought the ball might have popped out.
It looked like it did.
It did not. And they'll stop the clock. And that's a Man Valley timeout. So now Coach Kuntz is using the timeouts. Down to 1 with 38 seconds. And make the adjustment here real quick. So there we go. 38 seconds left. It'll be a 4th and 12. We'll call it 12. Yep. So they'll get the ball back. At least it appears they'll get the ball back. We're 4th and 12 with 38 seconds and 1 timeout left, I believe, for Man Valley. 2 for Westminster. It speaks to the competitiveness of some of these Carroll County teams that aren't always looked upon favorably outside of the county. We've seen some good competitive games in the week in these last 2 seasons, and this is another good one. I mean, Man Valley played Franklin right down to the wire in their playoff game last year.
Yep.
We know Westminster made a run to the state quarterfinals a year ago.
Yep.
Just a good game between 2 rivals. Man Valley, or Westminster rather, has owned the rivalry. This will be 10-2 all time. And again, one of those losses was a forfeit, so they actually won 11 of those 13 games on the field. All right, 4th and 12. Back to punt, Whitcomb. Good end of Varen's going to get a bounce and go out of bounds. With 30 seconds to go. And Man Valley gets one more crack at it here with a half a minute left. 1 timeout. And we'll chat real quickly here in the post game, but obviously just your thoughts on, if you're Coach Kuntz and when we break this huddle here at the end, you're going to feel pretty proud of how they did, but also you're going to lament a couple of those mistakes.
Yeah. Yes. You have to do that. It's a teaching moment, but you don't. It's their effort was there.
Oh, absolutely.
And can the performance be more polished? Sure.
Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
Could a few more things have been done a little bit better with a little bit more success? Sure.
Right.
Would that have changed the outcome of the game? Perhaps.
Maybe,
who knows?
Maybe.
But you want to stay as positive as you possibly can.
Right. Magan throws complete to James Herndon. There's a timeout with 18 seconds left.
I think that's the last one.
I believe it is. So that's the end of the timeouts for Man Valley. They can't stop it again. It's 1st and 10 with 18 seconds to go. Don't forget, we've got some boys soccer action coming up next week. We'll be at Century High School to see a pivotal boys matchup between Manchester Valley and Century on Monday, October 2nd at 6:30. We'll have a live stream of that game for you. And we will have the highlights for that game afterward, and also we'll include those highlights in our weekly Game On show that comes out on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. So Man Valley at Century, a couple of good boys soccer teams squaring off from Eldersburg on Monday the 2nd. All right, 1st and 10, 45-yard line, 18 seconds to go here. Westminster trying to hang on, wrap this up, and go to 4-1 and stay undefeated in county play. Over the middle, incomplete, trying to get it to James Herndon. John Manley on the coverage. And we're down to 14 seconds left, 2nd and 10.
All right.
2nd and 10. Magan back to pass. Standing. He's going to take off and run. He's got room to run. He can get out of bounds here, hopefully, and stop the clock for Man Valley. He does. Good job by Magan to get out of bounds, stop the clock. Still playing. And that does stop it with 5.2 officially to go. And they're at the 39-yard line of Westminster. Probably the final play here, barring a penalty.
It was a smart run.
Mm-hmm. Nobody
run,
there, don't take
play.
the sack, right?
Yep.
That kind of thing. Next Saturday, Westminster visits Francis Scott Key, and Man Valley goes
Saturday,
to Century. No, the 6th, I'm sorry, Friday. And that's the end of the game. Incomplete pass will end it. That's your final score. Westminster goes to 4-1. And 2-0 in the county.
Wow. Yep.
With a 19-7 victory over a very game and very competitive Manchester Valley team. They fall to 2-3, 1-2. See the handshakes here between a couple of county rivals. And again, not a blowout. 2 years in a row that Man Valley can hold their heads high. And they hung with, what's been the best team in the county perennially, annually, whatever the word is, annually. Annually, they're one of the top teams in the county, and it shows. And Man Valley, again, we'll chat about it here in a second, but you can be upset in the loss. Other than the fumble was a good play by Westminster defense. He got stripped. The snaps would be the one thing I would want to really maybe focus on trying to correct as best you can.
Agreed. That's the good thing about it. There's always, as long as the season lasts, there's always next week.
Sure.
Which means you have more time, you have more chances, more opportunities to prepare, to improve, And one of the things is you got to look at what you did poorly, and how do you minimize that? How do you improve upon it?
You're going to look at those things that you can correct, and snaps, like you just mentioned, Speedy, are one of them. But you also have to look at the things he did well, Man Valley. And we'll get to Westminster here in a second, but one of the things he did really well was run the ball.
Yep.
We knew they would, and Isaiah Farabee, 85 yards or so rushing. Magan had a couple break-off runs. Camby was in the backfield. You got to like the way they ground the game out, and they were penetrating into Westminster defense for a lot of the first half.
Yeah, look at it this way. Their offensive line looks solid.
Yeah.
Their defense played a very, very sound game. It's just minimizing those mistakes. But a lot of times when you're pressing and you're really stressed and you're trying to play your best game because the opponent is a handful, they bring out mistakes sometimes too. So hats off to Westminster for going along with that and still dealing with it. It was 7-7, literally, with seconds left
in the first half.
Yes.
Yes. Westminster holds Man Valley scoreless the rest of the way, wins 19-7. Let's take a look at the final team stats of the game. As you see Westminster's huddle there, Ruby Field, and
look at that.
The one turnover was a costly one for Man Valley, but other than that, the Mavericks holding their own with Westminster, actually outgaining them and having more first downs. But it's the Westminster Owls that come out on top, 19-7. It's a good one for Westminster to build on.
Yes, definitely.
And you can certainly build on something if you're Man Valley when you go back in the county and play next week against a Century team that you'll be favored against more than likely in your Westminster. Westminster's out of the non-county. It's county the rest of the way. What'd you see out of Kyrese Walker tonight? We've seen a lot of him, and also just their playmakers on defense for the Owls.
I was impressed. I was very impressed with what they did the second half offensively because they the big splashy plays, the long passes, those kinds of things are great, real long runs. But Man Valley forced them into having to do the little things to be able to, keep maintaining, moving the ball and play the field position game with them and just wear them out. And they did it smart. They did it with utilizing their best asset, which was Kyrese. I was impressed.
An impressive win. Westminster moves to 4-1 with the 19-7 victory. We're going to be back. I'm going to head down to the field, talk to one of the players of the game, Ken Johnson. Appreciate your time as always, my friend.
Pat, thank you very much.
Oh,
I had
it's
a
always
great
a blast
time.
hanging out with you and talking
I had a great
football.
time.
I'm glad. Hope we can do it again. We're going to have some highlights after that, so don't go anywhere. We'll have an interview with one of the players of the game and some highlights to recap it all from you. The CM Sportsnet Game of the Week will be right back. Don't go away.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
As we begin the school year, 25,000 students will be returning to Carroll County Public Schools. While this is an exciting time for those of us in the school system, we do want to remind the community that our number one priority is keeping our students safe. The activity level on and around the roads increases greatly at this time. There are buses on the roads as well as students walking to and from their bus stops. In addition, traffic patterns change when buses are on the roads. Buses will be making frequent stops, and drivers must obey school bus stop laws. To protect our students, we have installed stop arm cameras on all of our buses. We need motorists to be aware and to be more patient to ensure the safety of our students. Let's keep our students safe, and let's have a great school year.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss The Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Skill, dedication, leadership. Just a few of the things it takes to be named CM Sportsnet's Athlete of the Week. Hi, I'm Pat Stoetzer. Each week, CM Sportsnet recognizes an outstanding player for their contribution to their sport. Meet some of Carroll County student athletes and join us as we celebrate their performance, impact, and outstanding accomplishments.
We weren't going to let it go. The CM Sportsnet Athlete of the Week is sponsored by Genova's To Go, locations in Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, Hanover, and Eldersburg. Genova's, pizza, pasta, subs, and more.
Hungry? Genova's to go. Pizza, pasta, subs, and more. Fresh hot pizza right from the oven. Genova's to go. A mouth-watering cheesesteak just off the grill. Genova's to go. Fresh baked bread and plump wings seconds from the fryer. Genova's to go. Genova's to go carry-out, delivery, mobile device, and online ordering is available at all locations. Westminster, Hampstead, Manchester, and our newest dining room in Eldersburg for lunch, dinner, or any time in between. Genova's to go.
Hey there, I'm Pat Stoetzer.
And I'm Michael Duffy, inviting you to join us for The Score and more.
Each week we'll talk about high school sports in Carroll County. We'll share information about upcoming games, highlight coaches and athletes, and much more.
We'll even try to have a little fun along the way. Don't miss the Score and More podcast presented by CMSportsNet.
The Score and More Sports podcast is available online at carrollmediacenter.org and on a variety of podcast channels. Here we are, Jasir Donald, one of the defensive stars for Westminster, beating Man Valley 19-7. Jasir, close game in the first half. Your defense goes out and makes a play at the end of that half. What did that do for you guys? I mean, momentum-wise, just give you that confidence?
It's like we came out, we wasn't us. We didn't play our best game. This wasn't one of our best games. I feel like we could play a lot better, like way better. But we just had to get the nervous shivers out, and then we had to play our game.
What were they doing offensively, running the ball that was giving you guys a lot of fits there in the first half?
I guess because we have a lot of people going both ways because we got injuries and sickness and stuff like that, and it's getting a little scrappy. So we have to tune in, lock in as a defense, and know what we got to do because a lot of people are going both ways, and I get they're tired and stuff, but we just got to lock in.
How have you come along? Have you tried to make your game better this year? You've been using your arms to bat balls down, getting in their backfield. How have you seen yourself grow as a defensive player?
I like to shout out my coach Jordan, because if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be where I am today because he really be helping me out. And I like to shout out the seniors from last year because they helped me a lot. It was a lot of good talent last year, and I feel like having a lot of good talent influenced me to be who I am today.
Sometimes you want to call a win an ugly win, things like that. A win like this, if you want to call it that, what can that do and springboard you guys the rest of the way, knowing what you need to fix and get better to make a deep run in the playoffs?
Well, we always not worried about the playoffs right now. We always worry about the next game because that's just who we are. We're not thinking about states, none of that. We just want to worry about our next game and how we play. Because if we don't play our game and worry about states, we're not going to get there. So we got to focus on what's ahead of us first and then work on our long-term goals.
Jasir, great game, man. Congratulations, Jasir. Thanks a lot very much. Jasir, one of the defensive stars of the game. Again, Westminster 19, Man Valley 7. That'll do it for the CMSportsNet Game of the Week. I wanted to thank Ken Johnson for joining me on the broadcast today. And again, we're going to leave you with some highlights from the second half. Don't forget, we'll be back next week with a game on Wednesday. And then, of course, South Carroll at Winters Mill next Friday from another football game of the week. So, again, for Ken Johnson, I'm Pat Stoetzer. Thanks very much, guys. We'll catch you next time. Have a good weekend.